Hello and welcome to our news roundup for tonight. First off in our news, the cabinet meeting of Wednesday chaired by the Prime Minister Abdulaziz Jarrad through video conference covered three main axes. First pivotal axis pertains to adopting a number of economic activities to the requirement of the fight against the corona pandemic. The second stresses the need of restoring desert agricultural development, and the third one prepares for the new social comeback with an emphasis on full coordination between the various ministerial sectors to make it successful, according to the Communication Minister spokesperson for the government, Ammar Bilhimer. He said that the first concern pertains to the exceptional state of emergency due to the COVID-19 pandemic. This resulted in two main decisions. The first decision relates to defining the special measures adapted to concluding public deals to limit the spread of the coronavirus. The exceptional nature of the situation allows resorting to simple compromise and deals on the basis of prices circulating in the market. The draft presidential decree related to this matter provides for the possibility of the public body or minister or governor, according to a reasoned decision, to authorize the launching of the project and to implement the services before the final public approval. In the same context, the second regulatory tax has been approved, which organizes an exceptional situation of a financial nature. So as to reduce the consequences of the pandemic, it is possible for banks to postpone the payments of credit installments or reschedule payments for clients affected by the repercussions of the virus. Here, the matter relates to the possibility of reducing the profit on credits given to financial institutions and banks for the benefit of institutions and private operators who are facing difficulties due to the pandemic. The executive decree aims to define the continuation of the public treasury support by reducing the profit rate on the given loans by banks and financial institutions. Secondly, the decree regards the recovery and relaunch of desert agriculture. This resulted in two decisions. The first one stipulates the creation of a cabinet for the development of agricultural industry in the Sahara Desert. The cabinet headquarters is going to be in the municipality of Mnia in the southern province of Ardaya. The choice is due to the presence of a technical, industrial, and administrative structure to accompany and receive a production basin characterized by abundant natural resources such as water and soil. The government meeting covered the encouragement of priority agricultural activities in these desert regions, especially the ones regarding the production of oil, corn, and sugar production. The third axis relates to the social comeback. The Ministers of Education, Trade, Sports, Fisheries, Housing and Startups, as well as vocational training, gave presentations on solutions for their activities with various operators and actors in their sectors to make the social comeback successful. The Prime Minister insisted on the necessity of coordination between all the sectors to guarantee a smooth running of the social comeback to gain the trust of citizens. The Government Council also listened to the presentation of the Trade Minister regarding the approval of Algeria on the agreement of the creation of an African continental free trade zone before the end of the year.
An agreed-upon constitution that lays the foundations of the new Algeria is what the citizens are aspiring for, who are called upon to vote for the new constitution on the upcoming November 1st. The revision of the fundamental law highlights new measures ensuring a real separation and a better balance of powers by introducing more coherence in the functioning of the executive power and rehabilitating Parliament, in particular in its function of controlling government's actions. Mohamed Shorfi, the chairman of the National Independent Elections Authority, said that the president's initiative enables him to inform the head of state of the situation, the prospects, and the means at their disposal to achieve their objective, which is one of the factors of success, because it shows all the state representatives that this project is very important. This position also gives total freedom for citizens to choose with conviction and vote on the constitution. In approximately 2 months, Algerians could choose freely whether they favor the new constitution or not. In accordance with the 2016 law related to the electoral regime, the voters are summoned by presidential decree 45 days before the date of referendum. The President of the Republic made the constitutional revision an absolute priority in the process of constructing the new Algeria.
Major General Said Chengriha, Chief of Staff of the National People's Army, is on a working visit to the 2nd Military Region in Iran. He supervised the missiles-to-surface target firing exercise from a missile board under our naval forces. At his arrival, he was welcomed by Major General Jamal Haj Larousi, acting commander of the 2nd Military Region, before going to the main naval base of Mars al-Kabir in the province of Oran, where he was welcomed by Major General Mohammed Al-Arbi Hawli, the commander of the naval forces. Following the welcome ceremony, Saeed Shingriha followed the presentation of exercises of missile to surface target firing exercise from a missile launcher before proceeding to the inspection of forces before the participation in the exercise. He also visited some naval units. He was given thorough presentation about their different components and their modern equipment and their sophisticated armament system. The Major General inspected the establishment of naval construction and maintenance. In the afternoon of his first day visit, the Major General, accompanied by the Major General Jamal Haj Larousi, the acting commander of the 2nd Military Region, visited the command headquarters where he laid a wreath of flowers under the commemorative stone of the late Mujahid or war veteran Bujlan Ahmed, aka Si Abbas, whose name is borne by the headquarter of the region, and observed a moment of silence in his memory. Then Saeed Shingriha held a meeting with the officials of the 2nd Military Region where he gave a guidance speech broadcast by video conference for the other military regions across the national territory. He underlined that the judicious reading of the context of events surrounding our national territory requires great vigilance and alertness to protect our national territory and integrity. He urged the continuous development of our military forces and capacities. The Major General reassured that all our frontiers are in the good hands of our strong army. He asked for double vigilance, however, seeing the sensitive situation prevailing in the neighboring country of Libya and the region. And finally, the military staff were given the opportunity to express themselves.
The municipality of Ruiba, east of Algiers, has witnessed difficulties to withdraw money in some post offices, a situation that has lasted for weeks and that aroused the wrath of customers of the Algerian Post Company, which made them struggle to respect the health measures, social distancing and the disinfection. According to officials, there is no lack of cash, but only temporary disturbance. The locality of Al-Ghaya is enduring the same situation. The lack of liquidity has exasperated the crowd, who despite everything is still respecting the preventive measures. The general director of the Algerian Post Company said that the 24th of August, for example, they received 10 billion dinars from the Bank of Algeria and paid more than 16 billion dinars for CCP account customers. Thus, the postal network and banks have managed to deal with the situation, which is essentially due to problem in the economic and health situation the country is going through. In order to optimize the liquidity management, a number of measures have been taken to offer the customer other alternatives.
The Hamou Bouchoul High School in Douari on the Heights of Constantine carried out a wide cleaning and disinfection operation at the level of classes in various other spaces in anticipation of the 2020 baccalaureate exam. Students made revisions with their teachers to widen and improve their knowledge. All the conditions were met to take this test while respecting a strict sanitary protocol to preserve the candidate's health. The same operation was carried out in the southern province of Bashar, this time for baccalaureate and intermediate certificate exam students. Revisions took place under very special conditions with temperature measurement, social distancing, and protective masks. All these measures taken to protect students from any contamination.
391 new confirmed cases of coronavirus were registered in Algeria during the last 24 hours, bringing the total number of confirmed cases to 42,619, while 299 people have recovered and left hospitals, bringing the overall number to 21,886. 8 new deaths were also recorded, bringing the number of mortalities to 1,465. According to the spokesman of the National Commission in charge of monitoring the evolution of the coronavirus pandemic, Professor Jamal Fourar, in his daily briefing. CR Belouizdad, the champion of Algeria for 2020, has officially received the trophy. The ceremony took place here in Algiers in the presence of the National Professional League president and other prominent figures. The atmosphere was very festive, to the great joy of CRB staff and fans who are excited for the team's ambitions in the upcoming competitions.
The majority of the national first division team opted for a 38-week championship as part of the amendments suggested by the Algerian football governing body FAF. No date has been fixed for the official kickoff of the competitions, which remains the key prerogative of the state competent authorities, according to the National Football Associations. That's it for our news roundup. Thanks for joining us. Good night.